Join me now to better understand the decisions taken by his government at this time. It's the Bayelsa State Governor himself, Douye Diri. Mr. Governor, good to have you join us on TVC News tonight. So it was shocking, really, to hear that the state government is relaxing the lockdown orders at a time when the World Health Organization is advising against it. Recently, WHO advised countries of the world not to relax the ongoing measures. Earlier today, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 also advised state governments not to do the same. Why have you taken this decision?
Yeah, we decided to take what we saw clearly as the rights of Christians in Bayelsa State. And we believe that we had not at any time locked down Bayelsa totally. And so we are still observing all the preventive.
Unfortunately, it appears the technology is working against us, but we'll do all we can to get the Bayelsa State Governor back as he help us better understand these measures. I understand Mr. Governor is back. Please go ahead with your contribution. Governor Diri, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You were saying that Bayelsa has never really been locked down before now. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so Bayelsa has not experienced a total lockdown. We have put in measures to prevent COVID-19 from entering into Bayelsa State, and those measures are still in place. Those preventive and proactive measures are still in place. But for the sake of Christians, and you know Bayelsa is predominantly a Christian state, and so we agreed with the Christian community to adopt some measures to ensure that they are able to at least be in the spirit of the Easter. And that's what we have done. We have not done anything to stop the preventive measures that we have so far taken.
So I understand the measures. I heard in the report earlier the figures you gave to churches to adhere to. But the challenge is adherence to some of these guidelines. As we have seen on a national level, I spoke earlier with the national coordinator of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, who acknowledged that they've not been able to achieve total compliance with lockdown, even as it was declared by the president in places like the FCT, Lagos, and Ogun State. How concerned are you, considering the fact that Bayelsa is geographically located between Delta and River states, where there are already confirmed cases of the coronavirus? How do you intend to implement this guideline by the churches come Easter? All right, it does appear that we cannot reach the governor at this time, but we're looking forward to get some more updates from him as we get the plans that the Bayelsa State government has to ensure that it does not open itself. As we speak right now, the state is yet to record its first case of the virus.
And what we intend to do, and what we have agreed to do is a two-phase implementation committee. One is the committee that has already been there in existence, and the second one is actually the church itself. The church is also having their own committee to ensure compliance and implementation.
All right, so we're adhering to physical distancing the way the Nigeria Center for Disease Control wanted to be called. And that's perhaps Mr. Governor is not here himself. But be sure that we're going to work on that connection to be able to understand the Bayelsa State strategy to ensure that the state continues to be safe. Mr. Governor is back. Please go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear you clearly. Please go ahead with your reaction.
Yes, I said we have a two-pronged approach to ensure compliance. One is the committee that is already in place, and secondly is the committee of the church itself. The church itself is setting up a committee to ensure that all the proactive actions and preventive measures that we have taken are complied with by all the churches within this Easter period.
Let us assume that you are able to get the church compliance right. Are you concerned that there are already suspected contact of confirmed cases in neighboring states like Rivers and Delta? How do you ensure that such people do not enter Bayelsa now that the land and the sea borders are open?
No, that's wrong. Our maritime borders remain locked down.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Unfortunately, the technology isn't allow us get the better of that conversation. Governor Douye Diri, Bayelsa State Governor, thank you for talking to us tonight. Coming up.